Hey everyone, thanks for clicking play. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about smart locks. Specifically, I'm going to talk about the level bolt and the Eufy Smart Lock Touch and Wi-Fi. So, smart locks are always something I thought were pretty cool, but I could never justify adding it to my smart home setup because, well, frankly, we never used the lock. I mean, we locked our doors, but we had a garage, and 99% of the time, we went through the garage. And the door from the garage into the house was never locked. Well, we recently moved across country, and the house we ended up falling in love with and buying didn't have a garage. And using a key to get in and out every time, especially after never having to unlock a door, was just not something that I wanted to do anymore. Enter the smart lock. So we're a very Apple-centric home, deeply into the Apple ecosystem, thus HomeKit and Siri. So I obviously narrowed my choices immediately to locks that worked with HomeKit. And I settled on the level bolt. It's a great concept, especially for those who don't want to have a big, bulky keypad on their door. If you love the look of your current lock set, you're gonna love the level bolt because it's literally invisible. The bolt replaces the guts of your current deadbolt, but you continue to use the same hardware and keys with the addition of a smart locking system that works with Bluetooth. It seemed like the perfect fit. We could even set up geofencing around the house to auto unlock when we returned home, provided we had left the geofence area. If it didn't auto unlock, it would be a quick command into Siri, into our watch, and we'd be in. Well, it seemed like the perfect fit, but for whatever reason, it just never seemed to work as promised. On the occasion that it did work as expected, it was magical. Walking up to the front steps with arms full of groceries and hearing the chime that the door had just magically opened for us. We live in the future! Every single time. It was great. We didn't say it very often. And the quick voice command was never quite so quick. The level bolt was very frequently offline within HomeKit, so Siri couldn't open the lock, the geofence was inoperable, and we ended up needing to use a key, or we'd have to open the level app on our phones, wait for it to connect to the lock, and then open it. And the opening process itself was very slow. So I began researching again. I just wasn't thrilled with any of the other HomeKit selections. I had decided that Wi-Fi was a must-have this time, and the August lock just wasn't convincing me that it would be much better than the level. So for the first time, I looked for an option outside of HomeKit. I just kept coming back to the Eufy device. No geofence, but I wasn't confident that would work well anyway. And having the option of using a fingerprint, a code, or a key made the geofencing a lot less important. I have to free up a hand to open the door anyway, so a thumbprint seemed like a quick option and one that would likely eliminate the need for HomeKit integration. So I bought the Eufy Smart Lock Touch and Wi-Fi and swapped out the level for the Eufy. It was such an easy process that I forgot to get much footage of the installation. For the record, the level was also a pretty easy installation too. The Eufy seemed like it might be a little more difficult, but it was a snap. It took me about 5 minutes, and then I spent a few more minutes programming my thumbprint and a code. I immediately noticed how fast the Eufy was. It reads my thumbprint almost instantly. It takes less than a second, and the locking and unlocking process is much quicker than the level as well. Even when the level worked like it should, we often found ourselves waiting for the deadbolt to completely slide out of the latch. The Eufy, very snappy. By the time I moved my hand from the thumbprint to the door handle to open it, it's unlocked and ready to go. To say we're really pleased with the Eufy is an understatement. Sure, HomeKit integration would be nice, but because of Apple's requirements for locking systems, the HomeKit integration wasn't all that great anyway. The one thing I do miss is the ability to have the door lock as part of our good night scene in HomeKit, but with the auto lock function on the Eufy, it doesn't concern me too much. The Eufy app is also really nice, though I rarely need to open it. I like that it alerts me each time the door is locked or unlocked, and it tells me whose fingerprint or whose code was used to operate the lock. Also nice is the ability to enter random numbers before you type in your actual unlocking code. It's a feature I don't see myself ever using, but for someone who lives in an apartment or a condo where there might be frequently others around while you're opening your door, it's a nice option to have for added privacy and security. I can add additional security codes if family or friends come to visit, and I can open it remotely via the app if I need to let someone in when I'm not home. Finally, if the battery does happen to die unexpectedly, I'm able to connect a phone or a battery pack to the keypad for a quick boost long enough to unlock the door. That is, if I didn't have my key with me. All in all, I'm very pleased with the Eufy. I wanted to love the level bolt, and I could never really say for sure where the problem stemmed. I'm guessing it's the Bluetooth only connectivity that was the downfall. I don't think the level was a terrible device, but the connection needs to be more reliable for a device that controls access to my house. I hope they get it figured out, because the concept of hiding the entire device inside of your existing hardware is a pretty cool idea. So what do you all think? Are you using a smart lock or thinking about it? What device are you using? Happy with the performance, security of it all? You scared to put something like that on your door? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, like and subscribe, and let us know if there are any other specific devices you'd like me to try out. Thanks for watching.